Yeah. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money
Mic check.
work. Lunes.
What's good, y'all?
Lunático.
All right. Let's get this party started. On the ones and twos for you, this is DJ Torch at the DJ Torch and Friends Empowerment Network. Let's take a listen to what Ashley has to say about P. Diddy's psychological, or whatever you want to call it, diagnosis. Let's break it down. Here we go.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So it's been a while, and I have been doing my darndest to update everybody on what's been going on with your girl and why it's been a while since I've last posted. But here we are. Today, what I'd like to talk about, if the title wasn't obvious enough, is let's bring this a little closer to us.
Her glasses are really original. I have to admit that. That's cool. I've never seen any design like that. So that's cool. Here, let's keep it going though. Here we go.
Today, what I'd like to talk about is, okay, one more adjustment. Okay. Is the potential diagnoses, potential, because I am not a psychiatric healthcare practitioner. I am not a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist.
Jackie Gaines in the house. Jackie, it's good seeing you.
Okay. I say potential. I'm in the psychiatric nurse practitioner program. I have been taught about a number of different mental health disorders and what it can lead to with these disorders not being treated. So I am making healthy, educated guesses based on my experience in healthcare as a nurse, and both based on the brand new intellect that I was blessed with by being in this psychiatric nurse practitioner program. Okay.
Which makes her more qualified than literally everybody in the red pill.
Okay. So let's just make it clear. I am not diagnosing anyone. We are having a conversation. All of that being said, I do believe that based on what I've learned, and again, my experience, that P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, can very easily be diagnosed with three main mental health disorders. Number
Let me see if I can guess. Let me see. Wait. Let me see if I can guess, because I want to see if I got some skills. I think she's going to lean on the side. I'm going to simplify things because I think she's probably going to break it down deeper than me. But I would put Diddy in the sociopathic family. Let's see what she says. Here we go.
That sits at the very top of my list with big red flashing lights is narcissistic personality disorder. We'll get into it. Second, antisocial personality disorder. And third, hypersexual disorder. There's a bunch more, but we're going to talk about those three main things. And I say a bunch more, not in a facetious
a bunch more. Man, oh man. Angela Reddick in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
But if you pair the behavior with his charges, they end up being textbook for other mental health disorders that I am not going to have the time to get into today. We can continue this. Y'all just let me know in the comments how you're feeling.
Now, I really feel that one thing that a lot of women in our world should do is definitely at least make psychology a hobby. And the reason I'm saying that is because it might save your life. You might be around people who have psychological disorders, or might date a guy who has psychological disorders. And with that education, though maybe not as adept as, let's say, a doctor, you can still use that along with your ESP to pick up when you should, when somebody's not the cool person you think they are.
Narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by the lack of ability to have remorse, to see the other person's perspective, and the preoccupation, the obsession with power and manipulation. What does all of that mean for P. Diddy? How does it correlate to everything that's going on? Well, a number of his charges are associated with abuse.
Put a one in the chat if you can hear this, okay, everyone.
Sexual assault and rape. And I understand that is a touchy topic for a number of people. So if this is difficult for some of you, I do want to offer my apologies and my condolences, and that this video is not intended to cause harm. It is just intended to be a discussion. So all of that being said, with those charges and with my educated guess of Mr. P. Diddy being diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, I'd like to dive deeper. What does it mean to be manipulated?
I know you all know somebody who has this narcissistic disorder, personality disorder. Definitely I do.
What does it mean to be obsessed with power? You're not going to see anybody else's perspective if you have a desire to be manipulative. You're going to only see your benefit. That is why when manipulation, the term manipulative or manipulation comes into the conversation, it is not lightheartedly. It is not with a jovial spirit. It is with concern. It is often with a heavy heart, with anger. And when we think about the number of children involved, that can very easily be paired with the obsession with power. In a lot of situations where children are often taken advantage of or harmed or hurt, it is by people who have that sad preoccupation with power, with wanting to be in control.
Exactly. I couldn't say it any better. She is dropping gems and throwing dimes.
And unfortunately, children are easy to control. And that is what makes this entire thing so disgusting and so sad. That is what makes it so easy to diagnose him with narcissistic personality disorder. Because narcissists often, and not often, but it is characterized by the inability to see anybody else's perspective. There is an absence of morale. If there was a solid presence of morale, then the urge or the desire to do such drastic and major amounts of harm to people who cannot necessarily fight back or speak up for themselves the way you and I can, none of that would have been taken. It wouldn't have happened. It would not have been in discussion. And I know that there are a lot of people that use the term narcissist often when they're talking about their ex-partners or their current partners or ways to get away from their partners. We know what narcissists are. We know what it means to be narcissistic, and it's disgusting. It's incredibly unpleasant to be around narcissistic people. It's hard, especially when you are capable of seeing another person's perspective. When you're in a relationship, of course, you want the other person to see your perspective. It very quickly and easily becomes exhausting being the only person seeing the other person's perspective.
Exactly. Exactly. In the house, Mackie Samuels says women should learn to identify cluster B personality disorders, antisocial personality disorders. I couldn't agree more.
Never being considered, always being gaslighted, always being manipulated into doing something that has absolutely no benefit to you, all the benefit to the partner. And then there's that manipulative effect where they're making it seem like you owe them. It's horrible. It is horrible. Just in case I didn't make that clear the first time I said it. So when you pair those characteristic traits with his charges, it coincides very easily.
Welcome to the underbelly of hip hop. Right now, we are going through just a brief intro video with the lovely Ashley Page Storytime channel. She broke it down to you exactly what's going on in Diddy's creepy mind. But I got more where that came from. I got more. But right now, let's break it down with a little bit of this. What should we call it? FAFO season. Wait, let me fast forward it. I'm going to start it right about now.
That was Jimmy Kimmel adding some much needed levity to what's going on with our government, because the Trump administration is really coming into focus now. And we are seeing what he intends to do with our government to advance his own goals, not to protect us or help the American people, to get Donald Trump's agenda passed. That is only really there to help Donald Trump. And so I've got some really startling information about who he's brought on to lead the budget for the United States government. Byron Donalds, I have this clip here. I can't wait to show you of him realizing that he gave everything to Trump and for it to just slip away. And so
and we're going to fast forward to that because that's hella funny. You know, all these pro-Trump black men out here. Check this out.
The richest man in the world is going to be in our government. Vivek Ramaswamy, almost worth $1 billion.
Okay, we're not worried.
So, who have stood up for him and gave him cover. Byron Donalds and Tim Scott, all of the black men who went out of the way to defend Donald Trump and give him cover, were completely passed over for the administration. I mean, I think we can.
Congratulations, sir, for all that brown nosing you did, sir. This black man on screen to the right All that brown nosing you did got you what?
Little petty. You know, we could enjoy the pettiness of this because though things are awful, at least we know who Donald Trump is, and he is doing what Donald Trump does. He uses people to get what he wants from them, and then he throws them away. And look at them.
Doesn't that sound close to the narcissistic personality disorder the young lady was talking about? Sure does.
I'm going to play this clip for you right now. Watch the moment Byron Donalds realizes that Donald Trump is not going to give him any sort of administration job. He is stuck in the House for at least another 2 years. Watch this. If you're liking this video, please hit like on the video. It does actually help a lot and pushes this in front of more pro-democracy Americans who need to hear it. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much.
Ask you because I remember when your name came up as a potential Speaker of the House.
I love her. She gets down.
There were many who speculated that based on the prominent role you played in this campaign and election, that your name would have skyrocketed to at least the front of the line. We are several cabinet picks in.
Where you at, Red Pill? Remember, you the Trump was your man. Hey, did Trump ever? Did he ever take care of your? What was it that you guys wanted? What was that? What? Oh, that's right. You wanted child support forgiveness, right? I don't hear you bringing it up now. I don't hear you bringing it up at all. Why? So basically, the child support forgiveness thing was all about the. You know, you still wanted Trump, though he said nothing about it at all. In fact, if anything, he's done the opposite. But you wanted to scrutinize his opponent. Interesting.
Are you not surprised that you have not been named? Have you had a conversation about being a part of the administration at all?
All I will say is I am not surprised that I have not been named, but that does not mean I'm not going to do other things in the future.
Has he asked you?
No, there's some other things that I'm looking at going forward.
Like?
I'm not going to talk about them now.
We do this every time.
We're not going to break news now.
I would like to ask you, Governor
We're not gonna break
of
news.
Florida, Senator, perhaps if Marco Rubio is confirmed, or any of those spots enticing to you?
We'll see what happens as things go forward.
Hasn't even been asked. Ouch. You know, he hated having to say that.
Now,
And
this is funny when you see white folks pointing out. It's funny to me when you even see, white people, logical thinking white people pointing this out. That's the funny part is black people, we're just like not trying to ignore this. That all you red pill black men, you didn't get shit.
here are all of the black men for Trump and women who were completely passed over. There's only one black person who was named in Donald Trump's cabinet, and Ben Carson, Tim Scott, Mark Robinson, Candace Owens, Daniel Cameron, Byron Donalds, who you just saw, Herschel Walker, all on the stump for Trump, giving him 120%, completely passed over. He did name one black person to be on his administration, and that is Scott Turner. And what is he leading? House and Urban Development, which is coincidentally, or maybe not, what he gave the only black person who was in his previous administration was HUD. And folks are saying it's because it has the word urban in it. And I will.
Oh man. And this is why I really didn't, I really wasn't, I was not mad when, those men in our community voted for, that president. It's because now some things you have to learn the hard way, and we'll get through the next 4 years just fine. We will be okay. Why seeking knowledge in the house? Hello, everyone. DJ Torch and chat. Everyone's in here. Yeah. But I just needed to make that clear. If the black man wanted something from the government, your logic did everything you could to not get whatever it was you wanted. Congratulations, fellas. Congratulations. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting for right here. But let's check out and see what Nelly got. Remember, Nelly performed. Let's see what's going on
Nelly
here.
has reacted to Kelly Rowland preventing him from performing their hit song Dilemma at the inauguration event. News broke recently that Kelly Rowland prevented her 2002 hit song Dilemma from being played at a performance by Nelly. Dilemma, a duet between Rowland and Nelly, was a massive commercial success and continues to be a popular song. The report suggests that Kelly voiced her disapproval of the song's inclusion. The reason for her not allowing him to perform the song is said to be because she doesn't approve of the president.
Yeah, smart woman. Smart woman right there. Anna, mom in the house. There's a point. I know American can do better, but anyway, let me just stop that and keep going. Indiana, mom's in the house. Hey, everyone, just got home from a date night. All right. Let's keep it going.
News of Kelly's objection has sparked a lot of debate on this because a large portion of fans are happy that Kelly did this, and others have said it's wrong that she did this because the song is both of theirs, and one of them shouldn't be able to say if the other is allowed to perform this or not. And now
That's
Nelly
regular. Actually, that's regular business right there. Copyrights work like that.
has finally shared his thoughts on this. Underneath a video of himself at the Liberty Ball, Nelly left a comment. In his comment, he said, "So many people wanted to stop me from doing this, but I don't care. I got other hits. I can manage. Don't ever listen to your haters." It seems Nelly is taking the approach of shading Kelly here and saying that he doesn't care that she tried to prevent him from performing the song, and he's instead going to focus on the people that love him and all of his other hits. Nelly is getting a lot of controversy for this because half of his fans are super happy that he did this, and the other half are really disappointed in him and view him as a sellout. Fans online are speaking out on Kelly doing this. One fan
Welcome to our sellout segment. Welcome.
said, "So Kelly Rowland is really trying to control what Nelly can and can't perform? Seriously? Dilemma is a classic. It's one of their biggest hits, and it has nothing to do with politics. She's being way too sensitive." Another fan said, "I understand where Kelly Rowland is coming from. She has a right to express her disapproval, even if it means not wanting a song she's associated with to be performed at a certain event. It's her voice on the track too. It's her image." And finally, one more fan said, "She's not obligated to support anything she doesn't believe in. And let's be honest, things are so messy right now. It's understandable that she would want to avoid any potential controversy." For this video's comment question, was Kelly right to ban him from singing it? Before you go, be sure to give this video.
Bad thing is that they get royalties off of their music, and if it was one of their hit songs, this situation doesn't bode well for them, because either way, it's the people who would potentially have bought the track. Well, everybody kind of like streams the track these days, but would have purchased a track or did something positive, to put money in both of their pockets, probably won't do it now.
Video a thumbs up and subscribe.
Let me pause that. Now we're on to Snoop Dogg. So
enduring tenets of American existence, which are power, money, and whiteness. And when you look at how capitalism has been worshipped in hip hop, when you look at how individualism, domination have been worshipped in hip hop, when you look at how subjugation of opponents, the lack of sharing, the lack of solidarity has been worshipped in hip hop.
He's on to something.
To me, that indicates a very specific club that people want to be like.
Van Lathan, a true gem, spoke out on what he saw and shares a very unique perspective that I wish you to open your mind to.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you is gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom for doing it. Which one of you is gonna do it first? Osby's the one that performs for himself.
There are
And he sure did. And he did. And he did. He did
a
perform.
plethora of videos Snoop put up in the past talking bad about Trump. So to see this 180 is quite shocking to many.
When you think about why you're disappointed, don't think about being disappointed as a black person. Be thinking about disappointed as a person who believes in freedom, bodily autonomy, the upward mobility of black people, the end to white nationalist rhetoric and policy in American politics and government, and other things like that. And that's a betrayal from Snoop. There's no way to couch it. There's no way to obfuscate, or that's a betrayal by him.
Yeah, let me stop it right there for a minute. I mean, the thing is this is what we're looking at closely. It's the fact that he vehemently was against Trump, 4 or 5 years ago, right? I mean, he was telling everybody, if you did this, you'd be a, the C word, you would be a UT, a UTOM. And he was saying everything. And it was like, okay, at least we know where he stands. And he did a complete 180. But to me, it's not just him. This is the mindset. You heard the young man out here explain to you about how powerful hip hop is in the United States. It is very powerful. The concept. And the fact that all these, per se, hip hop heroes are bowing down to someone who made it clear he does not like you, that shows how weak men in our community have become. Yeah, definitely. Yep, you, Tom. But anyway, that shows. I mean, you just now we don't know what he stands for, which is okay. That's fine. But it just shows you that how weak. Now, hip hop may be very influential, which it is. But look how many of the men in hip hop have been doing either something like Diddy to embarrass us, or like this is embarrassing, at a very low price, by the way. Let's see a D.O.
Reporting live from Hyper Club House in Atlanta.
Let me see what D.O. Hughley had to say. Let me mix it.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. After performing for Donald Trump at his pre-inaugural crypto ball, Snoop Dogg had to let all of his critics know he doesn't care about what they have to say. Earlier this week...
Yep. They don't. I tried to tell you about hip hop. Nobody wanted to listen to me. When I was on Sharon's live stream, everybody was all defending hip hop on, oh yeah, no, it's not like there's hip hop has done a lot of positive stuff for the community. I said what? And they said, oh, well, look at Atlanta. Wait, like what? It built up what? What did it do? And they made up all this stuff because I looked it up later. And then I said to myself, so they're talking about like one city. Everywhere else, every one city, hip hop fixed, it destroyed thousands of cities. I'm not exaggerating. Drill rappers. Oh, hip hop's not rap and hip hop is the same fucking thing. Please. Come on. If you want to get hyper granular about what's under the hip hop umbrella, rap is under the hip hop umbrella. Please. Spare me. Here we go.
Snoop would share a video of himself responding to the backlash he's received. According to Snoop, he's fighting all the criticism with love. For all the hate, I'm going to answer with love.
Wait a minute. But so I don't know about you, but I really don't remember any of Snoop's tracks having a lot of love in them. Smoking blunts, which is fine. He said that. Gangster stuff, whatever gangster rap is, that's what he basically was selling, you know. And got, you know, rest in peace, Tupac, same thing. It wasn't like they were talking a lot about love. Tupac would kick out a couple here and there, but for the most part, it was gangster. And as much as I loved Tupac's music, we see the results.
I love too much. Get your life right. Stop worrying about mine. I'm cool. I'm together. Still
Yeah,
a black.
I believe him too. I believe you shouldn't worry about his. I really do. I think, really, quite honestly, leave Snoop Dogg behind. He likes that role model of money, though, don't he? He likes that role model money. I'm going to keep it going now. I think I've done enough Snoop Dogg. Guess who else is in trouble? Let's go.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we have Dwight Howard responding to Cam Newton's interview with Royce Reed and some of the line of questioning that seemed to paint Dwight Howard in a bad light. And we don't know if Royce's accusations are true or false, but we have
see. Oh man, let me keep playing
heard them over time. And so Dwight Howard has taken offense to it. And for those unfamiliar with the situation, I'm going to play a little bit of the clip, just basically a couple questions that Dwight is upset about. Now, he did go on, and they spoke about, Roy saying he got her tied up in the courts where she can't really say anything or tell the truth. So we're going to listen to those two questions.
See, this is a funny thing is everybody was like, you know, Dwight Howard is bi at bi. He's really bi. So the funny thing is this is that they're still trying to defend this dude. And let me just play this. Let me just play it.
I mean, we already here. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gay?
I think he's curious.
Have you ever witnessed him in some gay shit? Curious is one thing, but you ever witnessed him on some gay shit?
So Dwight Howard would take to his ex account and he would respond saying a lot of snakes in this game.
Wait a minute. Dwight Howard literally admitted that he does that. But see, that's the dangers of a DL dude. I should have put this on the DL thing, but anyway, here we are. The DL dudes, they can never live in truth. Never. They even though everybody knows they want it still kept on the down low.
That would do anything for views when they are broke, shaking my head. But what is he alluding to? Remember Cam Newton was on the Special Forces show and he was talking about how he doesn't feel like Superman anymore because he can't provide for his kids like he
right, and
used
that's
to.
another can of worms. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Cam Newton had all that smoke for the old doctor, right? Now he's complaining about being broke. I know why he did that is because he wants to try to negotiate with the women. All those, you know, now he's learning the hard way or the financial way. Maybe having 8 kids ain't that cool.
And also he went on his podcast and said this.
Just to make it plain and clear, is Cam Newton broke?
Who listening? Nah, hell no. Jokingly, no. To be able to have touched the money that I've touched, I'll be a fucking fool to be broke right now.
Mm-hmm. Many have been. When you say and don't get me wrong, he's probably got a couple $1 million or whatever, right? But you have to understand the level or quality of life these kids are used to. Okay. And we're talking tangible money. We're not talking worth, because there's a difference. If we're talking about tangible money, if he was making so much money and he was so filthy rich, why did he bring up the fact that if he feels bad that he cannot do for his children, his 8 children with 3 women, why would you even bring that up? If you had hella money, you wouldn't even bring that up. Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring it up? See, and that's the funny thing about sociopaths and narcissists is they forget what they said before, but they will still try over and over again to cover up what they said before. And they will try to make what they said before false and what they want it to mean now the truth. Shout out to Act Natural Under Pressure in the house and Bridget in the house. Here we go.
So all these fucking financial literacy and financial guru, bro, don't use me as no fucking example. I don't do that. Yeah. Understanding that, yeah, of course, having 8 kids, and my kids ain't the reason for anything.
Wait a minute, Cam Newton wasn't it you who brought that shit up? Nobody made you say anything about your kids in that live stream podcast you did. You said it out of your own mouth. This is a classic. This is a classic right here. This is a classic right here because a narcissist. Let me keep it going here.
But having
the way, this is all my opinion.
Kids like that, because that's what people equate it to. That's the main thing. You shouldn't have them kids is it that taxing with the money that you make?
Yeah.
Like to have that many kids.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you, Peggy. In one given year, I've made $20 million plus. In the NFL, you make all that money in 17 weeks. Can you divide 17 divided by 20 million?
Yeah, 1.17.
So
yes, yes. That 20 million, you could easily spend. Wealthy people easily spend $1 million on their kids in a year. Yes, they do.
To break this clip down, when saying I'm not able to provide like I once did, I was making $1 million in a week. A lot of these athletes make a lot of money early on in their life.
Correct.
So notice how he's not getting to the point. We want to know if what he said is what he said. Now he's talking about other people. I don't want to hear about other people. I want to hear about you right now, Cam. Break it down, Cam. You don't want to know why I want him. You know why? You want to know why? Let me speed this up a little bit. Let me speed this up. Because he said crap like this.
A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you
what
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not?
Do you notice how he always avoids the point? I mean, he does have a BA in sociology. So he should at least understand. That's funny how he's either behaving or acting like he doesn't know what she means and pretending he doesn't know what she means, or he really doesn't know what she means and basically he needs to go back to school for a refresher. Here we go.
I function.
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from.
No, that's what you said. She caught him She caught him and he doesn't like it.
Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah.
What he was asking is, hey, can I tell you another lie? That one didn't go well.
Information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I thought I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent
I
of
just
this?
want
How
God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
it. I just want
Okay, now he's bringing religion in this to sound more reputable.
God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married
Mhm.
is lower than my fear of divorce. So
as you can see, he's trying to make that make sense.
Low value or high value, low function, high function, 2 different things. Low value has to do with money and quality of life, fiduciary. Functioning has to do with how do you function innately, emotionally, psychologically as a human being. And so if you have billions of dollars, Donald Trump is low functioning. He just happens to be high value in the sense of his wealth, but he's extremely low functioning. And I'm not for or against him. I'm not for or against Trump. I'm just using someone. And again, we're having a conversation. So everything's going to be subjective. Just because a woman is high functioning doesn't mean she's successful financially or career-wise. Just because a man is high functioning doesn't mean that either. Just because someone is high valued doesn't mean that they have a certain level of functioning. You have a lot of people that do.
What she's basically breaking down is this. Is that the men in Kevin's what was my word for this? Kevin's clones want to sell you on this high value man product. And what it basically is all about is allowing jerks with cash flow to exploit women. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. This is the one. Wait. That has too much junk in it.
Yo, what's good? What's poppin'?
Okay. I want the Royce Freed one. That's what I'm looking for, y'all. Right here.
Some would say, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
you could have felt a certain type of way being that he was with somebody else.
That's not it at all.
But you knew he
Eden Adele is in the house. Eden Adele is in the house. Here we go. Eden Adele says he does not want to be questioned in the slightest. Yep. And when he is, he interprets it as some kind of attack. Bars. This is great, big, strong Kang is so fragile that his ego can't tolerate a question. Bars.
But you knew he was with somebody else.
No. Mm-mm.
Not knowing, or he was.
I found out
This is funny because really, quite honestly, Cam is telling on himself because why would he bring up these kind of questions? It's like, this is questions that, somebody could be asking one of his exes or one of his wombs. Yeah.
The world found out.
What do you mean?
That's what you're talking about, like him with Amy or Amber?
Okay.
Yes. I found out when the world found out through like Scrappy's little video that was posted. That's how I found out. But prior to that, he was still messing with me. Not like that. Oh, no.
What do you mean, like messing?
Like yelling at my son and talking and like sending little subliminal messages through people.
She said messing with me. What she meant was that is another word for harassing, basically. That's what it is. Oh, back in the day, that used to be what people said, stop messing with me, that kind of stuff. But a lot of people, the meaning kind of changed a little bit to messing with me could mean, being sensual with somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? And like just fucking with his head. And like I said, the PlayStation party. Like, why are you arguing with him in front of his friends? That's why I just finally just jumped out. And everything else that fell behind him, I mean, just sorry. But I told him to bring his ass outside. We gonna handle this between us. But he didn't want to do that. So I threw the stone at his glass house and everybody went down.
Come on,
What?
Royce. You can't do that.
Why?
Not like.
Let me drop the link just in case somebody might want to come up. Here we go. Here we go.
That though.
So just let someone keep punching.
I'm not
you?
saying that. I'm not hear this out for me. What you with that, and come on outside. Bring your punk ass outside. Like, let me throw something just to get your attention. Understand? I understand the root of what you were.
You see how men defend each other when it comes to infidelity? They do this all the time.
Trying to do, but understand the actions that.
I didn't say men in general. I said men like Cam. Cheaters will always defend cheaters because they're cheaters.
Could possibly. What are you going to put him in, and what are you going to put yourself in? It's going to be an apology waiting to happen, whether or not then, but sooner or later down the line, it's not right.
Never.
But you're putting you guys in a situation where you're angry because of his actions, and that is stemming and triggering something for you. So it's like, man, fuck that. I want what you want. I want all the smoke.
I will take all the smoke when it comes to my child. Absolutely.
But that smoke is not healthy. It's because
you're right. So then
leave
leave us the fuck alone. I've said that from day one. I said it from day one when I did the first video.
This is what bothers me is really Cam is not psychologically qualified to have these conversations with people. And he always thinks he's the smartest one in the room. And that's a problem.
I said all I wanted him to do was leave me alone. He wouldn't leave me alone. He kept me in court, taking everything from me as I tried to better myself, as I tried to pull myself out of this stuff after I've been forced to stay in Florida by that agreement.
Yeah. And you know, that's a very interesting point because basically, you know who else did that? Remember, what's his name? Married the Asian woman. What was her name? Dang, I don't know why anyway, I'll get to it in a minute. Jeezy.
Jeezy and Jenny Mine.
Exactly. I mean, Jeezy did almost the exact same thing. Welcome to the stage, Deontay. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, DJ. How you doing?
Doing good.
I built a company, a successful company. I wrote a book. Yes, I did a show. But guess where all that money went? Into litigation because he hated seeing me come up. So when you ask, why am I doing this? Because nah.
So yeah, sounds like to me, I mean, what's his name? Dwight Howard is getting a little bit petty. Because I think, quite honestly, I looked into her situation. She's been quite reasonable. It's not like she's saying, I want all the money, or nothing like that. She's just, you know, just wants him to leave, really basically leave her alone. But, you know, when narcissists get, you know, clung on to you, they don't let go. They don't let go very easy. What do you think, Deontay?
No, I agree with you. When narcissists get their hands on you, or shall I say, in your brain, it's over with. And they don't want to detach themselves. Because part of controlling somebody is what boosts them up. Like
Right.
a narcissist will treat somebody like they don't care about them and don't love them and just use them. But as soon as that person decides to stand up and leave, the narcissist actually feels like a piece of themselves is left. It's the weirdest situation. But I couldn't imagine it from um, a married couple or a couple standpoint who want to be married. That's even deeper. But I don't really know too much about what's her name, Cheyenne, the doctor.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about her situations outside of this podcast you did with Cam, and I think she did one with somebody else I saw. But that's pretty much it.
Who was the guy who married he married that singer, gosh. Mariah's ex.
Oh, Cam, not Cam. Nick
But
Cannon.
yeah, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
So
And those are, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Nick and Cam, and especially Cam, are easy targets. Nick is a lot smarter and more mature than Cam, but it's still hard for him to justify having all them kids like that.
yeah.
But Cam is just, I mean, they made fun of him during the combine. The NFL combine, they take this test called the Wonderlic test. It's basically an IQ test. And he scored, they got the lowest score ever at the Wonderlic during his draft, but they wouldn't say who the player was, though. And everybody just
Oh
assumed,
man.
yeah, like it was, that was crazy. And I believe it was too. Like it was because he's just not, it's just not there for him, you know.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I have tried so fucking hard to live. And you keep doing this shit behind closed doors, like that throw the rock, hide your hand. He's sitting there beating us up and then smiling. I don't know why they're doing this. You know, I'm not entertaining it.
Yeah, narcissists are good at that kind of stuff.
After this, still committed. Get the fuck. Don't nobody care about that. At all. I think she's 100% his type. 100%. But this ain't about that. This is about how you treat people and how you destroy them in court and try to hush them and silence them while you out here portraying Dancing with the Stars. What? Hell no, not anymore. Absolutely not. I'm reclaiming my time.
Is it safe to say that you're angry?
Oh man.
I am
That's
passionate.
that's so like ignorant to say. I hate these stigmas with this angry black woman.
Right.
If a black woman gets angry and has a legit reason of getting angry, you can be like, oh, she's just angry, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Like, no, look at what you just did to her. But I saw a comment earlier from Eden Adele. He said something about how men are indoctrinated to stay on code with men and women are indoctrinated to stay on code with men. And I actually agree with that. I mean, obviously, history of the world will let you know that. I was talking to my brother about something like this the other day about how the pandemic showed us that when the shit hit the fan, and I'm talking about when it hits the fan, everybody groups together with who is closest to them. But women will group with the men, especially the most strongest, biggest group of men that they can find, they will group with them. Now, obviously, we don't live in that kind of a world, you know, but if we were ever in a situation like that, again, like kind of like how the pandemic was, especially that summer, uh, they will group with us. It's just a natural way of things. But when we living in society we are now, where shit ain't crazy, we all civilized right now. Um, I think that a lot of issues like this Dr. Cheyenne is having, where if you are like an alpha female, it is hard to get along with like an alpha male. Not because, I mean, because I've seen it happen before where they try to get along and make it work out, but uh, a man, you know, when he's out conquering the world and his girl out conquering the world, man, it's hard for them to come on to each other because they both need the same type of resonance and peace, and they can't give it to each other. you know. And in the world we live in, the men expect that from the woman. So I think that like that's just a hard dynamic for somebody because isn't that what she is? Like an alpha woman type deal.
I wouldn't call her an alpha woman. I would just think, quite honestly, I think I mean, it's not, I mean, she knows what she's doing. She can lead if she needs to, right? But I think basically she just found out that she was with a guy who just wasn't the right guy for her. That by a long shot. I really, quite honestly, if everything is true about Dwight Howard that we have heard about Dwight Howard, he's not really right for any woman. He's closer to wanting to be with a man. That's what I just see. I think he'll be happier with a man. I know it sounds crazy. Deontay, but that's the energy I get from him. He's the type of dude. I don't think she's lying about seeing peanut butter on the counter and all this kind of stuff. I don't think she would lie about that. I don't think she doesn't come off like she's going to exaggerate. And I don't think he cares at all about his child, to be honest with you. Because if he did, the very least, he would make sure if he wanted to do that, if he wanted to do his peanut butter nights, he would make sure the child was not anywhere near, that at all. So
yeah, you're right. And they had multiple witnesses that he was at Diddy parties wearing dresses with, transgenders, and so yeah. And like you said earlier, he did basically admit that himself. When they asked him who was down with men, he said everybody need to mind their business, which is
right.
yes, you are.
Exactly. Let me move forward. All right, everybody, here we go.
In the past couple of years, we have seen more.
It's time for the ladies. My argument is this with the ladies. Why is it that the men in hip hop always have way more turmoil than the women do? Why are they always in trouble? Why are the ones that, oh man, let's not talk about drill rappers. I'll take drill rappers away and they're still in trouble. You still got Diddy, Jay-Z, looks like he's into it. Then we have like the hip hopper dudes that are getting in the mix, who's not an artist. Academics is doing messy stuff. What happened to the situation where it was supposed to be black men are logical and black women are emotional? I don't see any of that. That is one of the dumbest things the authors could have said, because it makes no sense right now in our real walks of life. Because it's not, if for every black woman who goes broke in hip hop, there are like 50 black men who went broke for hip hop in hip hop. For every black woman that was either deleted somebody in hip hop, there's been hundreds of black men that have been deleted in hip hop. So I don't see where the logic is. And that's my point of the night. But here we go.
More female rappers explode into the mainstream than ever before. Some might even argue that they are currently getting more attention than upcoming male artists. Female artists typically receive much more hate than their male counterparts, but Ice Spice is a little different. When her track Munch exploded on TikTok, everyone thought she was going to be here and gone within a month. But with her most recent collaboration reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, her rise has exposed a lot of truths about hip-hop that people are not willing to accept.
Now, Ice Spice, you can say there's better rappers than her or whatever, but what's funny to me is that they're trying to paint her as a failure when she's actually done better than some female rap icons in the 90s who are highly regarded. For example, Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was, oh man, everybody bowed down to Lil' Kim. But in today's world, Ice Spice is doing just as good, if not better. I mean, first of all, she has more power. I mean, back then, Lil Kim, all of the younger, all of the female rappers, except for a few, were getting their money run out by the dudes. They were just like, we're gonna give you this much. They would get like, and especially like the hip hop female trio groups. Oh man, they were getting ripped off left and right. Everybody for who was under Babyface, everybody who was under Diddy, everybody, all that money, they did not. And I think that's why today's men in our community are mad at women like Ice Spice or even Meg Thee Stallion, because they're really making their own money and they're keeping their own money. If Ice Spice went stopped right now, she'd have about $4 million in the bank. There's a lot of people can't say that.
Drink water, y'all. Ice Spice is a product of the New York drill rap movement, which was popularized in the mainstream by the late Pop Smoke. Growing up in the Bronx, her parents realized how dangerous
Pop Smoke, and we know why, because he got unfortunately popped.
The environment was, and they wanted to get her out. So they sent her to a private Catholic school in Yonkers, New York called Sacred Heart. Her nickname was Ice, which is short for Isis, which is her real name. And she came up with the name Ice Spice as her Instagram handle while she was in high school. But it wasn't until she attended college at SUNY Purchase when she decided to start actually trying to make music. A producer by the name of Riot saw little freestyles and rap bars she would post on Instagram, and he convinced her to try and take music seriously. He sent her the beats he was making and they started working together. After dropping out of school in her sophomore year, she had nothing but time to work on music. She was posting on TikTok and gaining a following from her thirst trap videos. In March of 2021, she dropped her first song and music video called Bully Freestyle, which was a song about getting whatever she wants from men because of her looks, which is common for female rappers but uncommon for New York drill. See, drill rap, more specifically Bronx drill rap, is cutthroat, in your face, borderline screaming lethal threats to your ops on a bass heavy beat.
And must I say, a lot of those threats were carried out, sadly enough.
Ice's smooth presence and very minimal gangsta energy was a standout for her. Later on in 2021, she dropped her song No Clarity, which sampled Clarity by Zedd, a very unorthodox sample for a drill record, accompanied by a video of Ice Spice dropping melancholic In Her Feels bars while twerking the pain away. Immediately, she was met with hate. This ain't getting us out the hood, it's moving us across the street. As a deaf person, this song goes hard. So we're just twerking to sad music now? To continue growing her brand.
And I need to stop it right there, because it's funny that people who listen to drill music actually are critiquing her for twerking. Last I saw, drill rappers are literally laying each other down every other week. So the funny thing is, why are men worrying about a woman twerking when they themselves are out there starting World War III in the communities? I don't get it. I mean, look. If the men in our community, including the drill rappers, made our community a better community, I'm like, hey, okay, fine. You can talk to her about her twerking if you want now, but because you've made everything perfect, but they ain't made nothing perfect. So why talk about her doing something as peaceful as twerking? Last I checked, twerking doesn't kill nobody.
And she posted TikToks that would easily get attention from people. And this is definitely the type of behavior that female rap haters use to disprove their talents, saying that all they have to do is use their looks, say something sexual, and people will praise them. There are some truths to this. Pretty privilege is a real thing, and we all know that sex sells. It always has. Men capitalize on the same thing in their music videos and visuals, but when one of the women who may have been in the background is the one benefiting, it becomes controversial.
Exactly. That's exactly my point, y'all. Right there. That's my point.
By mid-2022, she was already being recognized by blogs and media outlets as a promising upcoming artist, even though she only had 5 songs released. When her On the Radar freestyle was released, she started gaining the respect of rap fans. Since the only thing to focus on was the lyrics she was rapping, people were more engaged. However, most of the world got hip to Ice Spice when she dropped Munch in August of 2022. Funny thing is, a lot of you have just heard the first 4 lines on TikTok and not even the full song, which is fine because these days that's all it takes to have a hit song. The term munch was created by Ice Spice because she just needed something to rhyme with "he ate it for lunch." She created an anthem to empower women who get their needs satisfied from a man and kick him out. Ice Spice's confidence and alpha female attitude in this song is pretty typical for a successful female rapper. Hip hop has been dominated by males, and women are often portrayed as an accessory to them. They call them bitches, hoes, and usually refer to them only in sexual scenarios. Ice Spice and other women are flipping that narrative. But what really sent this record on fire was a leaked DM. Drake messaged Ice Spice giving her praise on the record 5 days before it was released. This got a lot of people suspicious. How was the biggest rapper in the game tapped in with Ice Spice before everyone else? Also, how could this private DM get leaked? It's crazy to think that just a message from Drake could bring genuine buzz to an artist. 2 days later, she was seen in the crowd of OVO Fest in Toronto beside the rapper. Drake has an entire team dedicated to discovering the best upcoming talent. This way, he is always tapped in with the next trend, can capitalize on a young artist's career, and it makes him look good for supporting the newcomer.
And it's a problem because now well, never mind. We'll find that out later.
But the common thought was that Drake was just trying to sleep with her, which is an assumption that most female artists get as well, that they have to sleep around to get notoriety. How Drake doing you? You gon' give Drake a chance, bruh? Her TikTok account was flooded with people shipping the two, hoping they would become hip-hop's next light-skinned power couple. Either way...
Oh, man. Oh, man.
The music community thought this all felt way too calculated, and it probably was. All of this was just marketing to promote Munch, which went viral as soon as...
Who cares? I mean, look at Travis Kelce and that famous singer who's the #1 singer. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Jeez.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the same thing? If it's okay for them, why isn't it okay for Ice Spice? You know what I mean? Shoot.
As it dropped. The difference between
okay, here we go.
The Munch record and a lot of other similar records from female artists is that men genuinely, unironically liked the song. They couldn't help but expose their inner baddie while listening to the tune.
Oh, you thought I was feeling you? That nigga's a munch. Nigga's a eater, he eat it for lunch.
That was kind of weird.
That was her song though. Like, of all the songs she put out, Munch was the best one that she did on her own. And then after that was the Barbie song with Nicki Minaj, that's basically not basically that's Nicki's song. She was just featuring Ice Spice. And that was it. Every song that Ice Spice has, she copied what she did on Munch, like perfectly, identical. The words may have changed, but the cadence was the exact same. The flow was the exact same. Everything was the exact same. And there are artists who get away with that. I call it the baseline flow. Most rappers have a baseline flow, where you can always recognize it's them by the way they rapping, not just their voice, but their flow. But hers is so, I don't want to say it's weak. It's just not, she don't have any range in hers. It's very A-B. That kind of wrong thing. So it can't take you anywhere. Her album, every track on the album was the same thing. It was literally, I listened to it, was boring. Like and sex sells. What, to me, in today's age, sex sells, but really sex promotes. It doesn't really sell.
Right.
Because people don't buy stuff. Back in the 90s, they used to buy Lil' Kim stuff because all the sexual stuff he would say and pictures and stuff. But now it's so easy to get something for free. Like all her music videos are free. And that's what you really want to see. Like I would rather watch Ice Spice than listen to it. Most men would. No, I'm just saying. So, and she's giving you Instagram is free, Twitter is free, her music videos are free.
That is true.
So I don't need to buy her album, especially when it's not that good. That's what ended up happening with her.
Well, let's go on to another female rapper. Here we go.
Rap is about having heart. It's not about a fucking formula.
It was never about that. It's about us just expressing ourselves freely. When I started trying to do all that other shit and making music for the club, making music for this, whatever, girl, that is weak. It's lame. Loser! Sorry.
Fast forward me 2023.
All right. Oh, I hope I don't get dignified. Anyway, this is Doechii. I think she's probably going to be one of the hottest things out and out. I mean, one of the best. Never, regardless of gender, she's going to be hot, and I tell you why. She doesn't mind doing different genres of rap, if you would call it that. In fact, she might do a house track. We just don't know what she's going to do. I like that kind of flavor where you don't know where she's going to, you don't know where she's going to do. And it's kind of like it's sort of kind of what Nicki Minaj sort of did some years back. But I think she, the one thing I do like about Doechii is she has a theatrical vibe to her. The way she sets up her videos, the way she sets up her content, they are stories. It's not just always, some sort of what should I call it? It's just not a song. It's a story in the same thing. Songs are supposed to be stories, but in rap that has been kind of going away, where basically most artists are just focusing on one topic, and not really a story, but just one topic, and that's what they roll with.
Even I realized that what works for everybody else doesn't work for me. And I don't think that I fit into any type of particular formula that can just be recreated a whole bunch of times. I'm forever evolving. And once I detached from codependency, I was able to be like, I don't think I want to even do an album. I don't think I'm actually even ready for that. I'm ready for a mixtape, and I'm ready to be raw, and I'm ready to tell my story my way. And I don't want any hands in the pot. And I made that call, I made that decision, but it also represented a decision that I made in myself to be dependent upon God within me. I was just fed up with doubting myself, And you doubt yourself when you have convinced yourself that something outside of you is going to get you somewhere. And that lie that I was believing for a long time was getting too heavy for me to carry. And I was like, I genuinely can't do it anymore. I don't care. I'm snatching a wig off and we're going to do this. I have to do it now or else it ain't never going to get done. And I'm not letting nobody take my dream.
Angela nailed it. Doechii is the most interesting rapper recording artist on the scene currently. I couldn't have said it any better than that. Have you seen Doechii, Deontay?
No, I don't know much about her.
She's blowing up. That's all I can say. If you listen to her music, it can have a 90s vibe to it. It can be, commercial hip hop, or she can do some weird stuff. And that's kind of like what made her very, very interesting to people. Gold Reflection in the house. It's good to see you. Here we go.
Period. It's interesting because when sequencing this album, I knew, mixtape. When sequencing the mixtape, I was like, I'm going to remove all the formula of how things should be sequenced, right? Usually people are like, we need to put the hits at the top, put the bigger songs, more commercial songs at the top, give them something creative in the middle. And I was like, I denounce all formula right now. Let's do what feels good. And let's also tell the story in order. Even the first track, the intro track, Stankapool.
Boom, boom, boom. And Eden Adele nails it too. She's a very wise young woman. Her worldview will serve her well if she holds on to it. Bars. Act Natural Under Pressure says this. My thing with men and their masculinity is that before you even turn into a male, you are first a female. So whatever maleness you pose is feminine. Wow, interesting. Interesting. Deep. Okay. You can't have masculine without a female. Bars. Angela Reddick, Doechii is not going to be limited to rap. I can see her in films or on Broadway. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. At least at Keke Palmer's level. She started a little bit late because I think Keke Palmer started when she was a little kid, but still, I think she's going to go on her way.
The first bar is, let's start the story backwards. So I'm prioritizing in my sequence and in my mixing just the stages of which I went through things, when I overcame them, and then we can celebrate and be on bullshit at the end of the project. But we need to heal first. There was a point in the mix tape. It was when I was starting to write Denial is a River. And I was really afraid of how raw and honest I was being in that record. And I know that a lot of my fans really, really love that record because I made it humorous, but it actually is very, very dark. It was inspired by a journal entry that I was writing where I was like, I'm just going to bluntly say my story. I'm not going to try to be metaphorical about it. I'm not going to try to be like artistic about it. We're just going to tell the story exactly how it happened in chronological order. But in a fun and humorous way. And that was one song where I was like, this is too much. I can't say all this. But then I was like, no, I need to. I was having a conversation with Jada and she was like, other people are going through these things. They need to hear somebody talk about it. They need to hear somebody say it. And you got to be brave enough to say it. And I was like, all right, I'll say it. My nigga DL.
It's fun. Did you hear what he said? Did you catch that? Let me play it back.
And she was like, other people are going through these things. They need to hear somebody talk about it. They need to hear somebody say it. And you got to be brave enough to say it. And I was like, all right, I'll say it. My nigga DL.
She said, bye, nigga DL. And that wasn't the track too. She put that in the song because she caught her boyfriend at the time with another dude. So
wow.
Yeah. You don't hear too many people rapping about that, man. Okay, here we go.
Sorry. Nobody's going through that? Like, just me? Catch it!
No. We are, hey, I'm sorry, Doechii. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of women go through that. They just find out either the hard way, the harder way, or some other way.
But the girls who going through that, they like, yeah, me too. All 5 of us. So this is Jada Love. This is my engineer, and she mixed, but also in a way kind of executive produced this entire project with me and helped me sequence and organize it. She's extremely talented.
Hi, y'all.
You want to know something? Let me tell you something. I believe her too. You're looking in the background. You're looking at probably a $5,000 pair of speakers here. All that design and cut out over here. That's not cheap. Looking at about $100,000 mixing board. It looks like. Which one is it? I can't tell. She must be doing quite well for herself. The engineer, because that is not a cheap setup by any stretch of the imagination.
Mixed, but also in a way kind of executive produced this entire project with me and helped me sequence and organize it. She's extremely talented.
Hi, y'all.
I was here for Denial is a River, and I had already written the rap, but I was like, do I want to do like a whole musical type of script with it as well and really take it there on some like Slick Rick children's story type of vibe?
Boom, that's what I got from it. Actually, quite honestly, I wouldn't say Slick Rick. I would have said more the way she did it. She kind of rapped like Will Smith did back in the day. He's the dum thump, yeah, that's how it came off to me. Was like more like House Party or something like that.
And I was like, yes, I do want to do that.
She was like, follow me. I'm about to do this intro. Don't just hear me out. And then did the like, what's up, Dochi? And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, yucky.
Wait, I don't want to play too much. Let me go back forward. Okay.
Okay. I needed another
You're trying to get me in trouble. Okay, there we go.
funny voice.
I wasn't surprised to hear how honest she was. The only surprising factor of it was just how quickly it came about. But the contents of the song, no, were not surprising at all.
So I called the label and I was like, I am dropping a mixtape on August 30th. Do what y'all gotta do with that information. This is happening. Then they were like, okay, girl, what's the rollout? And I was like, I'm just gonna write a song a day and I'm gonna film to it, and whatever comes of that is what's gonna come of that. And that's the rollout. And they were like, well, do you have the songs? And I was like, no, I'm gonna make it today. We'll see what happens. And
damn, that's deep. I've known some people who are extremely creative like that, but very few.
that's literally how it went. And I dropped the mixtape and I was like, whatever I get out of this month is what I get. So I better write my ass off. And I did.
And it got signed, now it's 2021.
Dang. I hope. Okay, here we go.
State. Then that year turned into 2 years, and then the 2 years turned into 3 years, and I'm making music and I'm not unpacking. I've lost friends. I've lost family. I am shedding my old self. I'm used to operating out of a place of survival, and I'm not taking time to unpack it. And so when I said, fuck it, I was just like, yeah, I know, but well, moving on. We still got other stuff to do. I'll deal with that when it all builds up inside of me and I explode. I'm just going to wait till I explode. Really, that explode happened to be kind of my sobriety in a way. It turned into that. That was my version of like, all right, I'm going to let everything go. I'm letting everything go. I'm getting sober. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to my label. I'm finna be in my house. I'm a paint and I'm a write, and I'm not talking to anybody. That's me exploding when I exclude myself and I shut down and I get in my hermit.
That is deep. That is, I mean, that's funny how she's saying that because I guess she was drinking too much or something like that. And she felt like it was getting to her. So yeah, that's deep. I mean, I've never heard any artist talk about like something like this. That's very interesting.
Yeah. I want to talk about a realization that I've had, which is I have to make music for therapy and for me. That's my formula. And to kind of tie it in a little bit, there is a formula for songs. There's a formula for radio. There's a formula for TikTok. There's a formula for all these spaces, pop, even hip hop. What noise is that out there? Sorry.
The other studio? That's
Is
creativity.
that gonna pick up?
That's creativity.
I hear it, but we're in the studio, so it feels like
Okay.
it's like
Let's tell. They're in the room. I'll be just a second.
Oh,
I got it.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, to turn the music down in the studio. Damn, I was making a point and I lost it. Formula.
Your formula.
But in me realizing that there's a formula for everything, fucking hell, I had it.
Yeah, you're cooking.
I was cooking.
Yeah.
Wait, say the question one more time. Fuck the formula. Fuck the balance. I just have to make music for me. I just got to make music for me, and I make my best work when I'm not thinking about a formula, and when I'm not trying to follow nothing, and when I'm not listening to nobody, and when nobody cares, and when nobody's listening. I make the hardest thing ever, and if it blows up on TikTok,
Let me buzz it right there.
it blows up, but I can't make music from that place. It distracts me.
Basically, what she's saying is she doesn't want to be a sellout, quite honestly. And it's funny because everybody would think somebody was saying, oh, is she an industry plant? She's an industry plant because she's garnered a lot of attention, and out of nowhere, really, quite honestly, not out of nowhere because she's always been music. But seemingly to the scene itself, out of nowhere, she's getting a lot of attention, positive attention, not only from our community, but from everywhere. Everybody is loving her. So now she seems like she's the plant, because everybody has accepted her. And that's the one weird thing about the plant theory is sometimes it's just pure somebody having pure talent that everyone likes at a given time.
And then I'm not able to tell the truth. Sometimes those formulas that fit for pop and radio and TikTok and the internet, and you're making music for moments instead of making music for therapy, you dilute your message, you dilute your creativity, you lose something, you lose the story because you're trying not to be lyrical miracle because pop sounds like this. This is how pop sounds. La, 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 la. It's a hit.
She is so correct.
Who gives a fuck? Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares. Nobody felt anything. Nobody's life changed. And I'm here to feel something. That's my intention. You feel me? You can turn on Love Island every night, but when you want to feel something, you put on Malcolm X, one of the greatest movies of all fucking time. That's what I was trying to say.
I'm glad that you said that because I think a lot of something that I've noticed is that people will use rap or hip hop as the not feeling genre, where it's like, when I really want to make real music, I'm going to do country or alt rock or alternative or whatever. And it's just like, from where this genre was birthed from and what it is and all the artists that are in it currently.
Oh, gotta skip over. When they play music.
Play it for you.
All right, let's go.
I can't believe it. All right. Yeah, but Doechii, I think she's going places, especially if she keeps her maturity, stays away from dust mites, and doesn't get, basically she's on her way. Now let me show you somebody who's not quite on his way anymore.
Talking about Chris Brown is in the news. Chris Brown files defamation lawsuit against Warner Bros. American singer-songwriter Chris Brown has filed a defamation lawsuit against Warner Bros. seeking $500 million in damages after a documentary aired on Investigation Discovery that accused him of being a serial rapist and sexual abuser.
The problem that Chris Brown has, if the facts are there and the shoe is there and the shoe fits, so be it. Let me go forward right here.
Trial claims the docuseries Chris Brown: A History of Violence is full of falsehoods and has harmed the singer's reputation. Chris Brown's legal team argues that the documentary, which aired in October 27, 2024, contains misleading information that was intentionally designed.
Everybody give Deontay a hand of applause. I guess it is Saturday night, so he probably had to, has things to do. But yeah, Chris Brown. So this is going to be interesting because it's going to be very interesting. We'll see what happens.
Designed to attract attention and generate profits at the expense of the singer's character. The lawsuit states that Warner Bros. And production company Ampoule LLC were made aware of the false nature of the claims prior to airing, yet proceeded with the release for financial gain. Chris Brown's lawsuit emphasizes that he has never been convicted of any sex-related crime, including rape, sexual assault, or sexual battery.
Now, the problem with this is that this is common. Unfortunately, I think it's like maybe 50%. Most men don't get convicted, and maybe 50%. Only 50% of the victims get any kind of justice at all. So really, to me, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. Yep, Eden, you nailed it. Chris Brown is his own worst enemy, not Warner Brothers or anyone else. Bars.
But the documentary insinuates otherwise. As part of the lawsuit, the singer has pledged to donate a portion of any awarded damages to support survivors of sexual abuse.
Well, I would just like him to make sure he takes that money and gives that to the survivors of his abuse, whether it be SUO or non-SUO.
The documentary explores Chris Brown's past legal issues, including his infamous 2009 assault on then-girlfriend Rihanna, features a segment on his alleged...
And then the funny thing is that he tries to make this is the only incident, but this is not the only incident. After this, he was just getting started. Let me make it clear. he was just getting things started with this beat down of Riri. Okay, he was just getting started. He kept it going.
History of sexual assault. The series suggests that his career comeback has been marred by multiple allegations of sexual misconduct. One of the key segments features an alleged victim speaking out and experts discussing issues on domestic violence. Just so you know, Chris Brown has a history of legal troubles. In 2009, he pleaded guilty to felony assault against Rihanna, and she has since claimed to have experienced further abuse during their relationship. In 2017, his ex-girlfriend Karuche Tran obtained a restraining order against him following threats of violence. Additionally, in 2018, he was sued for sexual assault, though the case was settled out of court. In 2022, another woman sued Chris Brown for $20 million, alleging that he drugged and raped her on a yacht in Miami in December 2020.
Oh, and he probably got his skills from the school of Diddy. I guarantee you, he probably got his skills up at the school of Diddy. I'm telling you. They all use drugs. They all use that slip drink thing.
Judge, however, dismissed the case later that year. What the hell?
So I knew that, but if you had not even put all of this together, I would have...
Let me pause that. That's basically Chris Brown, but you know, this is all we want to see.
After
right
being
here.
accused of grooming a teenage boy, internet personality DJ Academics has reportedly been banned from the live streaming platform Twitch. Last week, DJ Academics 35 joined Noor GXD, a 15-year-old who works with popular content creator Black Boy Max's live stream. During the conversation, Academics began asking the teenager a series of sexually explicit questions and making jokes about sending strippers to the young boy's house.
There's no excuse for that. And he still tried to make an excuse for that.
As Moore appeared to be uncomfortable, viewers and social media users were disgusted by DJ Academic's actions. Someone said you can see the kid felt uncomfortable too. He kept dodging, and Academics nasty kept pushing him. And it's crazy how the kid was talking about his age. Like, bro, I hope you know I'm 15. That's a case. Kid was literally just trying to play the damn game. Shake my head, says one user on X, and that was reacting to the video. Even rap stars like Meek Mill chimed into the conversation, calling out DJ Academic's behavior. He said, if you're a parent, go get your kid's phone and block this man, DJ Academics. He's grooming children with a very large platform that kids like. Also attempts to ruin Black families and Black success daily. Villain in the village, Meek Mill tweeted.
Actually, it's one of the wisest words I've heard. I mean, Meek Mill has had his issues, but basically everything he said there is true. Check this one out. Okay.
See other people saying that they're exposing him for saying like, oh, you're 17 when you turn 8. True. Like, it's true. It's true. I know a lot of people be fans, but that's definitely true.
Okay, the young lady you hear speaking in, speaking to us was Academic's ex-girlfriend, I believe.
Yes, when I met AK, I was 21, he was 32. It's like a 12.
Okay, so when she met AK, she was 21, he was 32. But it gets worse, folks.
Year age difference. Like, he likes younger girls. So when y'all see him talking about, when y'all see other people saying that they're exposing him for saying like, oh, you're 17 when you turn 8. True. Like, it's true. It's true. I know a lot of people be fans, but that's definitely true. Them girls were 15 and 16 years old in the house. I came to the house tonight because me and him been talking. He did an interview with Flacco. He's talking about, oh, it's not like that, this and that. We were on FaceTime, and I said, okay, I'm gonna talk to you in person. I'm about to pull up. I fall asleep in the Uber. He's calling me while I'm in the Uber. I guess he's telling me not to pull up. I pull up to the house. I have a key to the house. And when I pull up to the house, it's two young ass in the crib. Like, I asked them personally, how old are y'all? Because y'all look mad young. They said 15 and 16.
Man, I tell you, they rolling packs. I told you they rolling packs. They're rolling packs. Now, this is on top of, this is not the end. This is on top of his already case that is already rolling, where a woman he invited over was messed over with two other men. I'm trying to say that as nice as I can because, I want to keep it at least a little bit PG. But you get what I'm saying. That fruit, the small fruit that is on the trees. And he just didn't give a F. He's another narcissistic sociality disorder, whatever the way it is. Whatever it is. Personality disorder, that's what it is. So basically that's his mess. And the funny thing is that they keep doing this stuff, and I don't know what keeps them out. If he goes to jail, he goes to jail. If he goes to prison, he goes to prison.
Hey, yo, thanks for tuning into The Source. Your source.
Yeah, this is coming from The Source. Let me go forward.
Thinks that he was over there gearing up for a threesome. Now, mind you, Che Glizzy is also Axe ex-girlfriend who jumped online a couple of years ago while they were still together and posted a picture with her eye on swole with the caption that read, "I never had to wear this much makeup until I met academic."
And so basically he's trying to get into the Chris Brown club of abuse. They're all like, they're messy.
Oh my goodness, listen, I didn't see this when this first happened. I'm just now seeing this for the first time, and I swear, I'm just over here shaking my head. Okay.
Me too. Don't forget to subscribe to The Source. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. Oh, you guys want to see how high value men live? You got to check this out. You want to see how they live? You're going to love this one.
Want me to show you the weirdo things that's in his bedroom?
Let me show you how high value men live. There you go. When Kevin Samuels is talking about high value men, you're looking at him. You're looking at him.
Get the leave clear. You know how you wash your clothes and you leave them in the washer?
Oh, you think that's bad? That's not bad? You think that's not bad? Look at this one. Did he piss on himself? He got so drunk.
You playing on PS4, drinking Hennessy.
Look at that. This is how the Kevin Samuels people live. This is how they live. When they get offline, this is how they look. They talk all that smack about women and shit. Talk all that smack about living with women and shit. This is what they do, though. This is how they end up. This is how it is. This is their real life. What, you supposed to have like $1 million or $2 million? Look at him. I don't know if he threw up on himself, pissed on himself, or just accidentally poured alcohol on himself. And he has a nerve to have a weight back here. Let me see. He has like a weight. Let me So he's got a weight back here, like it really works out. I mean, exactly. I'm laughing my ass off too. Look at him. Look at him. Yep. Bridget, you nailed it too. See, this is how they roll for real. They all want to say, "Oh yeah, well, you ladies need to do this. You ladies need to do that. You guys need to, to bow down to a high value man, and you need to, be submissive to this shit." Nugget, please. You got to be kidding me. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't know why I was scrunching down like that, but yeah. This is the high value man. This is the men that the manosphere throws at you as a role model.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Look.
He ain't using these weights right here. This.
Did I just say that? Did I just... Big Kish in the house. No, they ain't exactly that. That's exactly what I just said.
This is who the hip hop community done built up to be a millionaire.
Right.
This is who the hip hop community done bigged up, done lifted up to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Not the hip hop community, but the that Warren Chirac. Well, really, shit, we gave him the eyes.
Spilling stuff all over yourself.
Look at
Nasty ass
Becky
room.
says, "How about all the above?" That you nailed that.
Look, y'all.
This is where you come from.
Look, there you go.
Here, look at it. Look at this clean house. Look at it. Millionaire. Oh man. I was laughing so hard I almost teared up. Shit. Man, look at him. Look at him. This is your role model. Kids follow this dude.
This is his nature.
Exactly. I agree with you, Kish.
That's Tupperware joint.
Yeah.
Got all his old clothes. PlayStation got joysticks all over the place. Cell phone wires, speaker wires, the old DVDs, Pootie Tang DVDs and shit. Look at him. Oh, Hennessy hats.
Yeah.
Hats he done spilled Hennessy on.
Yeah.
Y'all check him out.
We don't know if that's Hennessy, bro. We don't know if it's Hennessy. It may not be Hennessy.
Check it. This is how Livingston lived. This is how he lived, y'all.
I mean, gut all out. Look at that. Look at that. Gut all out. Got boobs. Drinking hard. Drinking real hard. Kissing the bottle. You can't make this. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. He might as well be in Skid Row because he's living like it. You know something? I got to get serious for 1 second here. Quite honestly, he could very well end up on the street and look just like this on the street. I guarantee you. Bridget, yeah, let's be submissive to this. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want you to take all that abuse that they bring. Look at that. Look at that. All that abuse. I mean, he'd probably be better off in prison anyway. I mean, why not? I mean, look what he's doing to himself. You can't get alcohol inside that easy anyway. I bet you can, but not that easy. Corn videos under the pill. Oh man. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is DJ Academics right here. That he's showing you the real him. That's some strong liquor right there. So if he's using that, he got problems. That's at least 2 years. 2 years of repair he needs to go through at least. Anyway, y'all, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for coming through. Let me hit the beat. Let me hit the beat. Shout out Angela Reddick, Bridget Mouton, Act Natural Under Pressure, Jackie Gaines, thank you so much for holding down the fort. Columbus Hill is in the house. Yes, Real Time Hall. Eden Adele in the house. Eden Adele, great commentary. It says he is living the Hennessy and Hot Wings. On living Hennessy and Hot Wings. His woman gotta be a baddie. Exactly. Got Under Pressure in the house. Redneck. Oh, we cannot forget why it's seeking knowledge. Beyonce in the house. Old Reflection.
Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Que me llega solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré. De dónde vengo ni cómo voy.
All right, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.